And we talk about casting. I mean, some properties have just gone out and purchased a consumer grade TV and put it in the room and said, "Well, I've got the Netflix app on it. I've got the Disney Plus app on it." What are the disadvantages of going down that path?
All down to security really is the main thing, and that's paramount. Obviously, data protection is such an important aspect of everyday life now, not just in hospitality. So the main thing is that if you've got the consumer TVs that have got the apps on there, you're still having to log in with your own credentials. So as we all know, in the hotel industry, that is a massive no-no. So that's the main reason for a solution such as the Novaya car solution, is to make sure that you've got that security between the guest and the device itself. What you need to look for as well is obviously that with casting, everyone has the content on their own device. So they're not being asked to log into anything. And that's very important. There are so many different solutions out there at the moment that are asking you to log into apps or log into different networks and so forth. So again, what you need to make sure is that the guest data protection is of paramount importance.
I suppose adding to that too, Brendan, is it becomes a huge privacy issue. So what guests tend to do is they log into their personal apps, leave the hotel, and then they're stored on the TV. A huge one is Google. Google, as we know, stores passwords. So if they've logged into their Google accounts and things like that, the next guest that is coming through could essentially get their bank account details and things like that, which is something you definitely don't want to do.
Yep, no, you're 100% right, Sam. I use Google, and I have got a couple of my credit cards stored in my Google Chrome browser, but I don't let anybody touch my laptop, and I wouldn't want to log into a hotel TV using my own Google account, so that does make sense. It's probably a matter of convenience as well. It's quite clumsy to type a fairly lengthy password or username and password into a TV. That is, if you even know it, to be honest.
Exactly that. It can take so long. And like we kind of say within Novaya, the TV is a fantastic output device, but trying to input, like you said, clunky passwords, usernames and stuff like that. And again, also as well, I mean, out of the three of us here, I mean, I'll be brutally honest, put my hands up straight away. I can hardly remember any of my passwords because I've got so many different ones for me. So that's the reason why I have everything logged in on this phone, just purely for convenience as well. And that's what the guest is after, is convenience, Brendan. They're looking for that home away from home experience.
Excellent. Okay. I think we've covered a bit of it, but just in summary, I mean, what is it that guests like about the fact that a hotel's got a casting solution?
It's the home away from home experience, Brendan, is what we're all about, and that's what we want for the guest, is to enhance the guest experience. How many times have we been in hotels all around the globe where you've gone into the hotel room, much like you mentioned earlier on about your friends, Brendan, you're scrolling through different foreign versions of Friends. There's only so many different languages you can watch Friends in, whereas though if you were at home, you'd be binge watching a series that you were watching on Netflix, Amazon Prime, or anything like that. So it's giving the guest the ability to be able to do that. We don't want to be sitting down and watching repeats or scrolling through endless news channels just to find something to kind of have on in the background. What we want to do after a long day, either work or travel, is to come back home and just relax and just put on Netflix, and then be able to sit down and watch the series that you'd be watching at home, so you don't feel disconnected from your home life. You're still able to, and we know, obviously, traveling quite a lot with our work, there's nothing better than being able to get back and just be able to relax and watch something that you've been watching at home, rather than, as I said, just scrolling through endless channels that you're just finding some things just to put on for the sake of it.
The other thing on top of that, Brendan, would be ease of use. The solution that a hotel chooses needs to be easy for the end user. You don't want to be downloading apps or anything like that. You just want to straight pass through. A lot of us out there at the market use QR codes, which is pretty seamless. It actually enables the guest to pair directly with the TV and cast quite easily. And let's face it, given COVID and everything like that, everybody understands QR codes now, from the younger generation all the way up to the older generation. So there's no gap there anymore. It's just seamless.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that is one of the positives, I suppose, to come out of the pandemic is the understanding of what a QR code is.